I'm gonna do this real quick. Hit the start button. You know what I mean? I was trying to be done making videos, but y'all not getting it. Y'all just not getting it. So I'm gonna drop this one real quick. I'm gonna try to do it in 5 minutes, and then just repeat, listen to it again, and maybe you'll catch the problem, what the real problem is, right? Now I'm gonna share this to both Facebook and YouTube, and you know what I mean, it's been a couple weeks since I made a video, so and I was trying to hold off until, you know, next month, November 5th. That's his election day, because I figured y'all can do this on your own. Y'all didn't need my help, and y'all don't really want my help, because I'm the one that first said back in 2016 that I voted for Jill Stein. And the reason why I voted for Jill Stein is because I can't vote for Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton, because neither one of them had the interest that I need at hand, right? So I voted for Jill Stein because of, you know what I mean? I was kind of feeling what she was saying a little bit, and then she introduced me to Jamu Baraka. So that was her, you know, vice president that was running with her. So I'm friends with him still to this day. I still follow him on Twitter. Yeah, I catch him here and there and everything, and you know, I mean, his views is, you know, they are what they are. But you know, I mean, they were both also supported and voted by Cornel West. So it's ironic that Cornel West is running for president too. So therein is you have two other candidates running for president. That's why I'm confused with, if I'm not voting for Kamala Harris because she's unqualified, she's untrustworthy. I'm not going to say she's uneducated. I would say that she's a bird. Her mind is not her own. She's answering to unknown individuals. There's too many people in her head, and I don't like the decisions that she's making when it's time to answer questions, basic questions on what we need to do as a nation. So she's still talking like an airheaded wannabe from Spike Lee's movie, a classic movie. Yeah, you know, what's the name of that movie? You know, I mean, but and that's how easy I get off track, because it's like I mentioned Spike Lee because they're using him as, you know, vote for Kamala, you know, and School Days is the movie that I'm talking about, and it was the wannabes versus the jigaboos, and therein you should understand what I'm talking about, because she's a wannabe. She wanted to be, you know, she wanted to be black, right? And it's nothing really to be saying that I'm, you know, talking about biracial or mulatto people that they can't be black. No, that's not what I'm saying. I consistently say she's not black enough, and then therein is where people want to, you know, argue and fight and right, but it's not for the righteousness of what the definition of black is. And I'm like, all right, well, the three that I like to use is Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and Kwame Ture. Those are the first three people that I mentioned when talking about what is hip hop. You know, like they're the three martyrs. Well, Kwame Ture wasn't a martyr, but those are the three figures that I like to use to explain why we're a black culture. But we're in a state of inclusion versus exclusion. So it's like, all right, well, if y'all want me to include some white people to help define what hip hop culture is, I'm gonna take John F. Kennedy and Robert F. Kennedy. Now, and yeah, they're martyrs for the movement too. And we know their story, so now white people can understand. All right, now we kind of know what you're talking about. It's like all this hate is what's causing the death of our own people. But that fast, I get off track, because the real track is, dealing with what is the Divine Nine, and those are the black fraternities and sororities. That's the Divine Nine. So we're seeing everybody use that terminology to say, hey, the Divine Nine, they're the leaders of the culture. And it's like, yo, that title, that understanding was what the problem was. That's what Malcolm X started and Martin Luther King tried to explain. Like Martin Luther King came back, he has famous speeches where he's like, yo, I'm coming back to Chicago, I'm coming back to Detroit, and my own people are booing me. Why? Because he was getting cash to trickle down to the people, right? So the people needed the cash. So that's when he started to understand, like, all right, I got to go get cash for my people. But once he started speaking like that, that's when they got rid of him. That's when they offed him, right? So therein is where the problem is. It's, you know what I mean? So now, Barack Obama's not going to say anything, because now that's going against the system that's saying, no, they don't deserve reparations. So that's why we don't ask for it, that's why we don't see it. But then to hear Jill Stein go on the black medias, the underground medias that's on YouTube, and hey, I understand y'all think y'all do deserve reparations. We're going to, and then have Kamala saying, we can't just do it for you. Like, why should we vote for her? Right? And that's just one of the aspects. It's a whole list of them, and I need to do a bunch of videos, but I already went past my 5-minute mark. And y'all just don't want to understand it. We don't have to vote for Kamala. We're voting against her. If you want to vote for Jill Stein, vote for Jill Stein. If you want to vote for Cornel West, vote for Cornel West. I'm going in there and I'm writing in Chuck D, because I'm joining the Hip Hop Alliance, and I'm going to push towards that being our platform for a political party movement. We can make that the political party if we want. That's the kind of country that we in right now, where what Donald Trump actually did was he created a new political party, and then they went in and they became the Republican Party. That's what Abraham Lincoln did back in the 1800s. He had the Know Nothing movement, the different movements, the Know Nothing Party, all these different parties came together, blacks, Irish, Native Americans, they came together to form the Grand Old Party, and that's what became the Republican Party. The Republican Party goes all the way back to Thomas Jefferson too, T-O-O. That's what Thomas Jefferson was. I'm a Republican. What we're practicing is called democracy or democratic. But they had to retcon that back to Thomas Jefferson with Andrew Jackson, and that's where Andrew Jackson said, we're the Democrat Party. The whole time it's democracy. It became the Democratic Party, or the Democrats, under Andrew Jackson. But as soon as I say George Washington, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, you're talking about slave masters, and so the conversation ends right there, because we don't want to understand politics. The same is true when I do religion. The same is true when I do scientific analysis or methodologies or awareness. All right. As soon as I say string theory, that's colloquial rhetoric or whatever it is to stop me from talking and explain, so that you can understand politics, religions, and scientific methodology, how there are three congruent angles in the same equilateral triangle. That's the tautological epistemology that I like to help you understand the potential energy, which is hip, becoming kinetic energy, which is hop. That's the movement. Hip hop is an intelligent movement. But I have to keep making videos to explain it. And all you gotta do is hit the like button. And I'll make another one. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. But I'm just gonna give you this one real quick because I have to make videos in order for y'all to understand how hip hop is really an intelligent movement. It's a culture. It's a cultural religion. I like to say Islamic Christianity. I'm not arguing or fighting with you when I share Matthew 5, 6, and 7, but I'm not calling you a hypocrite for not following those things. I'm doing my best to follow those things and become a good person. If I point it out to you, like, no, we shouldn't be hating the Democrats. We shouldn't be hating the Republicans. So you shouldn't be going, hey, join the Democrats. Hey, join the Republicans. That's going against our narrative, our movement of what we're really trying to do. We're trying to build a nation that can come together. The centralists, that's Barack and them. They're the ones that's going, you notice, they're the one that's going to hate those rappers. Those rappers are the problem. At the same time, they're going, here's Eminem, he's the greatest rapper of all time. And it's like, yo, you're being disrespectful to Twister. You know what I mean? He can rap just as fast as him. That doesn't make you a great rapper. And we'll get back to what makes you a great rapper, which is actually an MC. But one thing at a time. Another lesson tomorrow, maybe. I'll think about it. One, God, our Father, all the time. Hip-hop life is one love. I'm gonna do this real quick. Hit the start button.